think your background is incredibly interesting, the journey that you've gone through. But I do think that many founders within our audience would agree that building a business is a humbling experience. And then it's even more humbling once you engage and are going through a transaction process.
Mm,
What would you do differently, or how would you think about things differently, if at all, now having gone through that process yourself?
great question. Um, so I think I'll start here. We never thought about the business as something we were building to ever transact. We wanted to build a business that was profitable, that we didn't have to raise any sort of money for, because raising VC money for our previous company really hard was a not a great experience for us. And um, so we had a sort of a maniacal focus on profitability, but also the balance of profitability to reinvesting in your company. So we were, because we were building with the idea that like we're gonna do this forever. Um, it made the investing easier. We were long-term thinkers about it. And so, yeah, when you have to sacrifice utilization for some new training, or you have to do a cost of living increase and the exchange rate hasn't caught up yet, so you have to sort of do the right thing and know that in the future it's going to be okay. Um, was sort of, that was the level of conversation as founders we were having constantly with ourselves. And turns out, like, you actually build a really healthy business by doing that. And so when it came to transaction time, we were in a good spot. I think, could we have kept better records, or that's, that sort of thing, to have made diligence an easier process? Sure. But we got through it, and, the bankers were so helpful in that, and all of the other sort of support providers that we were able to engage during that time. The transaction itself was a huge learning experience, like working with a bank, and how do you talk about your business in ways that you've never even really thought about your business before, was super interesting. And overall, I really enjoyed the process. It's a lot of the same conversation over and over with a lot of different buyers, and so it can get tedious at times. But
Yeah.
if you're proud of what you built, and you have a great business, and you are, this will differ by founder, but we were very much convinced that, we were willing to not take the highest price
Yeah.
in order for our people to have a really good place to land. And in fact, we didn't take the highest offer because of that reason. Um, you know, th- it, you're going to find a buyer where that makes sense. And we were also in a place where if we didn't, we were fine, right?
Yeah.
We were going to just continue on. So I can't speak for everybody's situation and, that sort of thing. But as founders, as a founder-owned business, you kind of have that luxury.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question.